Good morning, everybody. We are here for workout number 10. So we are here for workout number 10 of my isolation workouts. Thanks again for joining me today. This morning we're going through a nice big mobility session. So what I want us going through, grabbing for equipment for today is I'd like you guys to grab a foam roller. If you have a foam roller, we're going to spend a quick kind of 5 minutes on it basically, and then just sort of get our blood flowing, break up a few kind of adhesions. So if you have a foam roller, grab a foam roller. And then the other thing that you may want to grab is a towel or a strap. So I'll go grab mine, you guys go grab yours, and then come back or just hit pause on this, and then we'll rock and roll. And yeah, let's get rock and rolling. Again, today is a nice mobility session. Okay, so we're going to loosen up today. We're going to feel really good after today's session. And just wanted to remind everybody, if you don't already subscribe, please subscribe. Okay, my goal is to try to get 1,000 subscribers, and I'm a long way from that. Also, I'm doing a free workout today at 12 o'clock noon. So you have to go to our level 10 mind body app, or just mind body, search mind body, and then search for level 10 fitness Regina. And you can find my 12 o'clock noon class today. It's a free class. It's open to anybody. It's going to be a virtual class. We're just going to do a body weight workout, and I'd love to have more of you guys out there basically. So after this, you'll be feeling good and loose, and then ready to rock and roll. So I think some of you have probably grabbed your rollers. I'm just going to grab mine, and we'll get rocking and rolling. Okay, so we are going to start on our upper back here. So I'm just putting the roller across the back here, hands here behind the head. Just rolling through the thoracic spine. All we want to do is just get a little bit of blood flow going. And today's the day to work on lengthening the tissue, recovering after the workouts that we've done. Okay, from there, I want us just curving your back around the roller. We're going to give you 5 of those there. Feet on the floor, bum on the floor. Curve the back around the roller. Good. From there, we'll move to our lats. So we'll go on our side. Rollers right here. Roll through the lat. We want to be on the meat of the muscle. Okay. So off of the bones. Want to be on the meat. We want to be on that tissue, that lean tissue. Loosen it up in there. And find a sore spot. You can lift the arm. Good. We're going to switch sides. Again, we're not spending a ton of time on here. Just want to spend 5 minutes because we're trying to lengthen the body today. Roller's great for increasing circulation and then breaking up some adhesions, but it's not really changing the length of our muscles a whole bunch. So that's what we're looking for in our static stretching today. We'll do some nice long holds and stretches. For any athletes out there, this is what you guys should be doing at least once a week, depending on what your strengths and weaknesses are. For some of you, you may be wanting to do it, if you're like me, a little bit tighter, you probably want to do it more like 2, maybe even 3 times a week. Nice, big, kind of 60-minute focus of a stretch there. Good. From here, we're going to go on the glutes. So I want us just sitting on. When we sit on, we're going to lay down. We're going to go elbow on the ground and then roll through the upper ridge of the glute. Just coming through there a few times. Good. We're going to sit up here. Bring that foot up on the knee. So if I'm on my right glute, I take my right foot and bring that foot up on the knee. If you've been doing all these workouts, your glutes are probably sore. Mine were super sore yesterday. Yeah, we'll switch sides, same thing on the other side. Upper ridge of the glute. And we're gonna sit up on this one here. That foot's coming up on the knee. You can pull it across as well while we're doing it. And the reason I like to do this before our stretch is it's a nice gentle way, like I said, to kind of increase the blood flow. But the other thing we're doing is, because we're breaking up some adhesions in the tissue, the muscles are actually just going to move that little bit better right from the start. So we don't have to kind of correct the tissue from stretching. We've already sort of, like I said, kind of broke up some of those adhesions, increased the blood flow, and our muscles are just going to move that little bit better to begin with. So what I'm doing here is I'm just changing the angle of my feet. I'm rolling with my feet pointed to the left. I'm rolling with my feet pointed to the right, and then I'm going to roll with my feet pointed straight up as well too. So a few times through there. Look for those spots that are sore. I want you to stand there, and then I'm just going to move my feet side to side here now. Moving the muscles across the roller with some pressure on there. Nice way to loosen those calves up. Any of you runners out there, this is something you guys can be doing every day. Okay, we're going to do two more things. So we're going to come over to the front. We're going to roll on our shins here. When we do our shins, I want you to take your toes. I want you to point them in, so we're pigeon-toed. Good, then we're just going to go to the quads. I want to see your elbows down, roll through there. Nice way to wake up in the morning. Good, let's go on the right side. We're here on the right side, right leg. For those of you guys that did that roller session we did earlier in the week, what we're looking for is we're looking for being on our lateral quads. Okay. And looking for those sore spots. If we find kind of a bunch or a bundle that's more sore, I want you to stay on there. You're going to pull your heel up towards your bum and then come back down. Pull up towards the bum, come back down. These are the workouts that a lot of times people don't do, but these are usually the workouts most people need. If you think about a whip, one of the ways to be able to generate more force, more power in a whip is make that whip a little bit longer. Muscle tissue is the same way. If our muscle tissue is short, you can only generate so much power because the length is shorter. If the length is a little bit longer, we're going to be able to generate a little bit more power. And that works for running, jumping, swimming, whatever it is. That's why throwers a lot of times have long arms. They can generate a little bit more torque in their throw. Same thing with kicks. Kickers usually have long legs. Those little things we can do to improve the length of our tissue better. Plus, it also always helps with decreasing the risk of injuries, especially those overuse injuries for anyone that does any repetitive sports. Good. There we go. I hope everyone's starting to feel good. Let's just give me 5 just kneeling rollouts here with our palms up. So this is great for our lats and our thoracic spine. What we're going to do is we're just going to take the roller palms up. We're going to press the roller out, sink the bum down here. Bring yourselves up. Press it out, sink the bum down. Let's give you 5 of those there. I'm going to hold it here for 5. Excellent. And as I'm doing this, I forgot that I also want you guys to grab a chair for today. So you're gonna need a chair for today. So if you need one, go hit pause and then go and grab one. Last thing I want with rollers is we're gonna put the rollers down our back, and we're gonna go snow angels here. So my bum is at one end, okay? My head is gonna be here at the other end, and then what we're doing is we're taking our arms and we're gonna sweep up over our head, keeping the hands on the ground, and then sweeping back down to the hips. Sweeping up over the head. Let's give you 5 of those there. Just getting those arms moving. Increase the blood flow in the shoulders. Heat the body. One more time here. All right, beautiful. Good. Okay. You take that roller, move it off to the side. And we are going to work on your feet. So, similar to what we've done some of the last few sessions, except today we're going to do some timed stuff, a little bit longer. We're just going to come and we're going to hold. So, what I want us doing is you're going to hook your toes underneath your feet. We're going to sit down and we're holding here for me. We're going to hold for a minute. We're looking for a nice stretch through the arch, through the calf, through the Achilles, okay? Sitting back. We're halfway there. Hold 30 more seconds here. We're looking at hooking the toe, nice stretch in the toe maybe, through the arch of the foot, maybe in the heel, maybe in that Achilles. This is a tight spot that a lot of times we don't know is tight. And if we're trying to stretch our calves and our hamstrings, good. Just come out of that and kind of shake ourselves out. Okay. From here, what I want us doing is I want you guys just to come up. And we're going to increase blood flow through some calf raises. So I know you just zoomed in on my feet, but as long as you can hear me, what I want us doing is you're going to give me 60 calf raises. So toes just straight ahead. We'll roll up to the toe and then right back down, and I'll go closer. So those there. See my feet? Beautiful. Good. Up to the big toe, back down 60. They were 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Getting a burn now, hopefully. 1, 32, 3, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Got 10 more here. 1, 2, 3. Get up nice and high. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful. Good. Shake them up. Okay. What I want us to move into here is we're going to go. I'm going to raise that up a tiny bit. So we're going to go here to 15 squats. Get a little bit of blood flow going in those hips. So I want us just dropping down here. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. Let's hold it here for me. Work those hips out. Get some blood flow in the hips. Good. We're going to come back kneeling. So what I want us doing here is we're going to sit on those heels now. So now we're working on stretching out the front of the shins. Now, if you guys want to make it that little bit harder, then what we can do is then we can bring the knees up off the ground. We're holding here, but you're going to hold for 1 minute. So you may want something like a roller, okay, or you know, 2 blocks, 2 dictionaries, something like that, kind of beside you, just sort of to keep yourselves up. So it's up to you what you want to do, but we're going to sit there. We're going to work on those. We're going to work on the front of the shins and hold in there for a minute. So here we go. I think I should mention with this is it'd be great to grab some water for today's workout. Again, we're trying to sort of change tissue length, and a hydrated muscle tissue is going to respond and perform way better than a dehydrated muscle tissue. I always give the example of an elastic. So a hydrated muscle tissue is very similar to an elastic that's fresh out of a package, okay? Or even you can think of a rubber band or something like that that's fresh out of the bag. It's very pliable, bends really well, tough to break, basically. Take that elastic band, put it in the sun for a couple days, leave it out there, go to grab it, try to use it. It'll be all dried up, basically, from the sun. Pull that elastic band apart, and it's going to snap. And our tissues are very similar, so we want them to be hydrated. They're going to move a whole lot better. They're going to be a whole lot healthier. We don't get as sore, and again, they're going to be they're also going to be stronger, more elastic as well too. So that's good. That's your minute right there. Excellent. So once just coming out of that, I'll shake those legs out. All right, and then we're going to go to calf raises again. So what I want us to do is we're going to change our toe position. So we're going to go toes out here, and then we're going to need 60 of these, okay? Everything sort of begins at the feet. So that's why we're working the feet out first. And then we don't just want to be long and loose. We want to be long and strong, basically, okay? So we want to have nice full range of motion, but we also want to be strong and powerful in that range of motion as well too. So we don't just kind of hold stretches and never do any type of strength training or anything like that. So we're mixing in some strength stuff here while we're doing all of our mobility. I'm guessing we're around 20 here. So I got us 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, keep getting up high, 7, 48, 49, 50, 10 more, 1, 52, 53. If you're doing this right, you're also going to use your glutes on this. So we get strong in the back of the body. You've heard me talk a lot about how, a lot of times we're too tight in the front of the body and too weak in the back of the body. So all this stuff is great for strengthening the back of the body and also kind of lengthening the front. So that's it for those calves right there, the feet. Okay, what I want us to do now is we're going to actually work on stretching the calves. Now, what you may want to do is you may want to grab a pillow, or you may just want to take your mat and then potentially fold it up. And then what we're going to do here is we're just going to do a static stretch on your soleus. So we're going bent knee position here, okay? And what I'm doing is I'm going to put my elbow on my knee, and I'm going to try to drive my knee over top of my toe as far as I can while keeping that heel down on the ground. So we're looking for a stretch maybe in the foot, maybe in the Achilles, and then hopefully definitely in the soleus right there. We're holding here for a minute. You don't want to feel a stretch in your hip flexor in the back. I'll show you guys just from the front. So all I'm doing is just here. I actually have my inside foot tucked under so that way all the stretch is coming from this leg that I'm leaning on right here. Again, I'm keeping the heel down while driving my knee over top of the toe. It's kind of the same idea as what we want from like a skating position or a skiing position, or even a running position as well too. Halfway through the set. So most everything we're going to do today, we're going to hold for a minute. I think one of the goals with some of this stuff is to increase the length. So it is to be able to hold a lot of these stretches longer for 2 minutes. But because many of you probably haven't done much of this stuff, the static stretching stuff, and even these stretches, we're going to start for a minute. That way, we're not going to be too sore from it. All right, let's switch sides. So it's the same thing on the other side. Again, we're driving the knee over the toe. Okay, keeping the heel down here. If you're feeling like you're getting, a little bit of impingement in the front of the ankle, that's okay. Just keep working on it. You can take a band or a rope that kind of pulls your tibia back, okay, in the joint, and that'll sometimes help. So it's sort of assisted. There's a band pulling the tibia backwards, and then you're driving your knee forward, and that can sometimes open up the joint. But just working on this, staying with this kind of regular, we'll get those joints moving better. And ankles are huge for life because it's it's beyond the joints of the feet. It's kind of the first sort of big joint that we have. And if they're stiff, they're going to limit and sort of change everything else that works kind of up the chain when we're walking, running, or anything like that. Good. So from here, what I want us to do is I want you guys just going back to your first leg, and then what we're going to do is we're going to move just over and back now. So now we're just going dynamic in there. Okay, I want us just driving the knee over the toe. You're going to give me 10 of those here. 3. You kind of hold for 2 seconds here at the end. 4. Try to keep the heel down. If it comes up, it's okay, but the thought is that you're pressing it down. 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to switch it up. So you want the same thing here on the other side. 10 of these here. Driving that knee over the toe. Bring it back. You'll see some of you guys may really be able to drive that knee over the toe. Some of you may not have known that we didn't have great ankle mobility until we started doing this. That's good. It's one of the best things about doing this work as well too is you start to learn about your body. What are your strengths and weaknesses? You never know unless you use it. Okay, just one more here. Excellent, good, beautiful, good. And I want us just to sit here, just lengthen out the fronts again, open that joint up, sitting back, get it all working better. Good. We're gonna move up the chain. So we're gonna go over under the quads. So the way I want us doing this is we're gonna hold static holds in the front. We're gonna reach out with our left hand. We're gonna grab on to our right foot with our right hand, and you're gonna pull that heel towards the bum for a minute for me. So grab onto that foot or the ankle, your choice. We're down on our front, and then we're pulling here, a heel towards the bum. We're 1 minute here. You can just rest. I can stop talking. Key though is we want to make sure that we're squeezing the glute and kind of pushing those hips in the ground. And as the stretch progresses, see if you can go a little bit deeper into it. If it's your first time, it can be a little bit more gentle. And if we're doing this a lot, then we can be a little bit more aggressive. But stretching really can leave you sore. Same as a strength training workout. And the reason it can leave you sore is because we're damaging tissue. When we're pulling, we're moving through a full range of motion or a greater range of motion than what we kind of had before. We're causing little tiny micro tears in the tissue, and it can leave us sore. Same with strength training. Strength training will cause those tiny micro tears in the tissue. We'll have an inflammatory response and be sore afterwards. But stretching can as well too. So we want to be smart when we're doing it. Good. That's our 1 minute right there. So we're going to switch sides. So right arm reaches out now. Left arm's going to grab onto that left foot, pulling the heel towards the bum. And we're 1 minute here. Again, what we're doing is we're making sure we're pushing our hips in the ground. So you're going to squeeze your glutes as you're pulling that left heel towards your glutes. Check in with your breathing. Relax. Good. Let's let it go. Bring ourselves up. Actually, just rest for me here. Let's go into we'll go into Sphinx pose. So just hang out right here for me. We'll just hold here for 10 seconds. Just kind of get that spine moving. Good. Bring the toes underneath. We're going to come down into a puppy pose. So keep those elbows where they are. Hips coming back, head coming down. Just for 10 is good. Let that upper body know that we're going to come back to it. All right. So from here, we're going to go into hip flexor. So it's going to look like the same stretch as what we did with our kind of ankle stretch or soleus stretch, but we're working the hip flexors now. So what I want us to do is we're going to go one knee down and we're going to go one knee up. And this might be a time when you want your chair or you want something kind of just to support yourself with. So I'm going to show you guys. With the chair here, and basically what we can do is we can just use that chair sort of to, like I said, support ourselves. So what I'm doing is I got my left knee down, I got my right knee up, I'm going to lunge forward, I'm going to squeeze this left glute, and the chair allows me to kind of just keep a nice neutral spine. Okay, so we're going to hold here for a minute, nice length in that hip flexor, and the only way we get it is from engaging that glute. So I'm squeezing my left glute here, okay? Looking for nice length in that left glute. Again, the chair is just there sort of to help me maintain that neutral spine position. I don't want to come into an arch, okay? I don't want to be this position here. I just want to be relaxed, neutral. Same curve I would have in my low back if I was standing nice and tall in good posture. So we're going to hold 1 minute here, and then we're going to work in and out, just kind of coming forwards and back. Okay, so now I just want just lunging forward, bringing ourselves back, lunging forward. As you do, we're going to squeeze that glute. We're going to need 10 of these here. 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. We're going to switch sides. So we're going same thing here from the other side. So I have my right knee down. I have my left knee up. I'm lunging forward. I'm squeezing that right glute here. We're going to go 1 minute here. Looking for length in the hip flexor, the front of the hip. These muscles get tight from sitting. Just on a bit of an angle here. And unfortunately, we spend a lot of our days sitting. So this is a great way kind of to correct it. And change that muscle length. It's always funny though, we'll spend 10 hours of our day sitting in a chair, and we'll stretch for an hour once a week, and we'll wonder why we're not more flexible. And go, yeah, well, in a week you're spending 50 hours or more, 70 hours seated, and we're stretching for 1 or 2 hours. It's always interesting. Good. We're gonna go into that movement here. So just lunging forward, coming back. We're giving you 10 of these here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Now, so it doesn't mean that you're never going to see gains or never going to see improvement, but it means it requires work essentially, and it requires little things like they have really good research on just getting up out of your chair and trying to really not to sit longer than an hour for sure, and then also trying to maybe mix more mobility just into your day, and also doing activity that makes you move your whole body as well too. So what I want us doing is we're gonna do a little bit of work for the adductors, then we're gonna hit our hips, and then we'll kind of get into the upper body. So what I want us to do is nice wide stance, and you guys are gonna shift. We're gonna go side lunges. We're gonna move side to side. We're gonna go 10 of them. Okay. So this is just stretching out, back and forth. Okay. So we're 10 times total. 5 aside. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. From here, what I want us doing is we're just going to turn. We're going to rotate. We're going to hold this position for me here for 10 seconds. And I want us rotating. Same thing on the other side. So we're getting the foot we're standing on. We're getting the adductors in here. Maybe some hamstring in there as well too. Good. Now I want us just doing 5 of those each side, flowing through. So we're here for 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd like you to bring your hand outside. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Good. From there, we're going to go kneeling. You may want to take your mat and roll it in so it's a little bit thicker. We're going to go into a frog stretch. So I want us going knees out here. Knees out, when our feet are out. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take our hips and we're going to sit back. I'll show this one from the side. Get to see my limited hip range of motion. So we're feet out, knees out. We're going to sink our bums back here, okay? And we're going to hold it here for a minute for me. So our hips are back. Yeah, opening up those adductors. So it helps with being able to do the splits. Also can help with some low back pain from the inside as well too. So hitting those adductors and even our psoas in here. And then it also helps with a lot of our squats if we're wanting to go in a wider stance, and our deadlifts in a wider stance as well. So it allows us to get more depth in our squat and more depth in our deadlifts as well too. 10 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Now I want us to do the same thing we did with the hip flexors now. So we're just going to work forwards, then work the hips back, work forwards, work the hips back. We're going to give you 10 of these. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. From there, we're going to get our hips moving. So I want us to go on seated. Hands just going to go behind the back. We did this one yesterday. What we're going to do is we're going to take our knees, let them fall towards the side. So we're coming here, and then just coming back. We're going to go other side. We're going to give you 10 of those. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. From here, I want us to get into, we're going to get into our hamstrings. So now's the time to grab that strap, okay, or that towel. If you guys have a strap or a towel, we're going to grab it. And then we're going to go through really nice hamstring, adductor, and then also into our glute. I'm going to show you guys the stretch that will fix your low back pain. If you have low back pain, there's one stretch that you must do. Okay, you have to do it, and it'll fix 90% of people's back pain. Because a lot of times, we haven't really injured our back, but we've sort of seized up all the muscles around our back, and usually stretching your glutes the right way will correct it. So we're going to take that strap. If you have the ability to tie a little knot in it, you can see I got a little knot in there. Okay, you can do that and put a foot in it. Then it's just going to be a little bit easier. If not, don't worry about it. So from here, we're going to go head down. We're going to lock that knee out. I do not want to bend in that knee. If your knee is here, great. That's where we're getting the stretch. Awesome. If your knee is, if your foot is all the way back here and is straight, beautiful. I don't want you to sacrifice the bend in the knee though. Okay, so we're going to hold here for me. We're going 1 minute to change the length of the hamstrings. And just relax and breathe for me here. This is again one of those things that we don't always take the time to do, but it's very often the thing that we need the most. If you don't have a range of motion available to you, you're limiting your ability to perform certain types of movements. And we're also often increasing the risk of injury, overuse injuries. Okay, 10 more seconds here. We're going to let that leg fall out to the side. So what I want us doing here now is you're going to keep it in your right hand. Okay, and then we're going to let that leg fall out to the side. We're keeping I have my right leg in, so I'm keeping my opposite shoulder down. It's my left shoulder. Okay, heads down, keeping that leg up nice and high. You may feel a stretch in the left hip, groin. You may feel it in the right. Good. Then we're going to take this foot up. Now, I'm going to watch carefully what I do because even when I coach it, it's usually done incorrectly. So I'm taking my right hand, I grab onto my right knee. I'm taking my left hand, I'm going to grab onto my left shin. And really what I'm going to do is I'm almost doing nothing now with this right hand. And I'm going to pull that shin up and across my body so my knee is going to my left shoulder. Okay? I'm going to show us here. from this angle. So it's here. I grab onto that shin. I'm pulling that knee across my body. So you'll see that my hips will rotate. My shoulders are not rotating, and the knee is going up and across. When we do this stretch, we're stretching out your piriformis. Okay? Our piriformis is responsible for some of the function of the SI joint, your sacroiliac joint. And when people say, oh, I have SI problems, this stretch will fix it. But you got to do it right, and you got to do it. So all my pressure here is on my left foot. I'm pulling on there, sorry, that left ankle really, or that left shin. And I'm pulling that leg across my body. 20 seconds. Good, we're gonna let it go. And what I want us to do is we're gonna switch sides. So you're gonna go same thing here. We're going other leg coming up now. So I'll take that strap, put it around my left foot here. I'm pulling that leg up, straight up. I'll show this again from the side. The best thing about stretching with me is you're probably better. So if you are, that's good. But better isn't perfect and isn't usually enough. We want to always strive for something. Strive to beat yourself. You'll always be motivated, always have something to work on. And I'm trying to extend my leg, so I want to engage my quad here. That's going to give me that length in the hamstring. Breathe and relax. Good, we're gonna let that leg fall out to the side. So you'll notice I'm keeping my right shoulder down, my right leg down. I'm keeping that leg high. I don't wanna let it fall down here. I wanna keep that leg up as high as I can, relative to my hip. We're opening up in the hips and the adductors. It's always great times to tell your tissue what you want it to do. You may want it to relax. You may want it to move a little further. Tell it what you want it to do, and it'll respond. Good. Bring that hand off the rope. I'm going to come here under my knee. My right hand grabs onto my left shin. I'm pulling that foot up and across. My left knee now is coming up towards my right shoulder. Again, we're looking to stretch piriformis here. This is your back fix, your low back fix. I apologize to my stepfather, Gord, who is a chiropractor. He'd say it'll require more. You might be right, but I found really good success with releasing a lot of back pain here. Even hip, glute, hamstring issues as well too. We're holding here a minute. Heads down. We don't want to let our foot come down here as well. I want to keep that foot up, and then that's going to lengthen the glutes while I'm stretching. Good, we're gonna come out of that. All right, so we're done for the hips. What I want us moving into is we're gonna move into just a little bit of thoracic mobility, and then we're gonna end with a little bit of shoulder, kind of upper body work. So what I want us just starting off with here is we're gonna go cat-cows. So I want you guys giving me 5 cat-cows. So we're gonna go hands here underneath the shoulder, okay? We're gonna inhale, arch the back, lift the head, okay? Let the shoulders even go, let that chest come right through. And then we're gonna exhale, tuck the tail around the back. Inhale, let it move, chin up, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. One more time, and exhale. Good. We're gonna grab onto our chair here now. And with our chair, we're gonna do 2 different stretches. The first one that I want you guys doing is we're gonna go arms straight out on that chair. We're gonna go hips back, okay? So I'm here, and then I'm just gonna let my head and chest fall through my arms down towards the ground. And I'm just gonna hang out here. This is an awesome one if we're trying to work on any type of overhead movements. So if we're working on an overhead snatch, an overhead squat, for our swimmers out there, even for just runners that want to breathe better, this helps with the body's ability kind of to come up straight. So it allows our ribs to expand a little bit more, allows us to breathe a little bit better. And the other big one this helps with is our handstands as well too. Almost there, 5 seconds. Good. We're coming to that. We're gonna go similar, except this time what I want us doing is I want us going elbows up on that chair, okay? Make sure everyone can see. So now instead of having my hands up there, I'm going elbows on. I'm going hips back, and then I'm gonna sink through here. Let that head fall through. Just wanna relax. Nice breathing. Pay attention to how your body feels after today's workout, after today's stretch. If you feel better throughout the day than you normally do, then remember that. And that'll motivate you to do one of these again and take the time to do it. And a lot of times we always think we need to run, we need to lift, we need to, do all those hard, high intense workouts. And a lot of times these ones are kind of the most important ones for us. Good. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to do a nice lat stretch. So what I'd like you guys to find is a wall if you have. I have my treadmill, so I'm going to use my treadmill. It's kind of anchored there. You need something that's basically a little bit anchored. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take your thumb. Okay, see it here. I'm going to turn my thumb inside and downwards, and then I'm going to grab on. Okay, so if you don't have something to grab onto, a wall works. You just push your hand up against the wall. But we're going to go here, and then we're lengthening. So I got my left hand holding on. I'm taking my left leg and trying to extend it. We're looking for a nice stretch in that lat now. Hold in here for a minute. And this is a nice full body stretch, hitting everything. This is a great one for swimmers. These are those muscles that we use when we swim. If you have more length in this muscle, it allows you to get a little bit more length in every stroke that you take. Again, we talked about you can generate more power in a longer whip than you can in a shorter whip. Good, that's a minute right there. I'm just going to turn my Instagram. If anyone's watching on Instagram, I apologize if you lost me. Skinny little phone. So now I'm taking my right hand, turning the thumb down here, and then stretching out that right lat. So the other thing you can see that I'm starting to do is I'm even rotating and putting my eyes underneath my right arm. And that little rotation will help you get more length through the side of the body as well too. This is another one when we stretch out the lats. This is another one that's great for our lungs and our respiratory system. When the lats are tight, they're going to restrict our body's ability to breathe, our ribs' ability to expand, lungs' ability to expand. Again, it works on a wall as well too, so you don't need a post to hold on to. Okay, and the last one we're going to do is same thing, except now we're just going two hands. So now I'm going two hands here, and then I'm sinking back. If I just have that one post or a corner of a wall, then I'll just hold on to both there. Okay, I'm kind of fortunate that I got a nice bar that goes across. And so what I'm doing now, the first one we did, I was letting my head fall through. Now what I'm doing is I'm actually pulling back. So I'm actually kind of taking my legs and I'm pushing my hips backwards. Then I'm trying to then pull my body away from my hands, okay? So the hands are anchored. We're moving ourselves back. We're stretching both lats now at the same time, underneath your scapula even. We're hanging out here for me 1 minute. Let's keep that breathing. You're halfway there. If you want to make changes in the length of the muscle, you got to be consistent. If you want to make any type of changes in any area of your life, you got to be consistent. Good. That's your minute right there. So, last thing I want us doing is we're going to go down on the ground. We're going to roll over onto our side. And so, while we're over here on our side, I want you guys to take your top arm so my knees are stacked. Okay, I'm just like I'm sitting in a chair. 90-degree bend, 90-degree bend. I'm taking my top arm here. I'm going to open up. So now we're just moving chest and shoulder towards the ground. We're going to give me 5 of those like that. One more time. We're going to hold it here now. So leave that arm on the ground. Just open it up. Try to keep your top knee on top of your bottom knee. Some of you may say, Brandon, this is easy. I can do this all day. Take your bottom leg away and then put that top leg on the ground. Then hold it there. And then that'll give us a little bit more of a rotation in there. Otherwise, you can focus on keeping that top knee on top of that bottom knee and not letting it sort of open up and fall away. You want to keep them together. Good. Then I want us just doing the exact same thing here on the other side. There we go. Okay, so we're in that chair position. Open up. We got 5 of these here. Hold it now. Keep that top knee on top of the bottom one. Keep them together. If we can. Keep the breathing nice and relaxed. Stretching's a funny one. You don't always look better when we do it, but we feel better. And so we got to focus on how we feel. And we got to remember how it feels to be loose, limber, supple. So last things I want you guys doing is you can just come here, just open up the chest. If you want to lay the legs out, take 5 deep breaths for me. Inhale through the nose, let the belly rise. You exhale, let your stomach fall. Inhale, let it rise. Exhale, let it fall. Good. While we're here laying down, just close your eyes. I want you guys to think about one thing that you're grateful for, something you're grateful for right now, or a memory that you're grateful for having. Think about why it means something to you. Why you're blessed. And then I want you just to direct your attention to today and just think about one thing that you want to accomplish today. What one thing needs to be done? What one thing would have you going to bed feeling fulfilled, complete, productive, like you did what you were meant to do today? Decide right now to get it done. If you can, go get started on it as soon as we're done here. And then I want you guys all to have a great day. Thank you for getting up with me, joining me this morning, or whenever you guys are watching this. Hopefully, a month from now, 2 months from now, you guys are still accessing this and using these videos for your mobility, and also even strength at home if you're on the road or anything like that. Have a great day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. I have 2 more left. Again, reminder that I'm doing a free workout today, 12 o'clock. Check out Level 10 Fitness on our Mind Body app, and also click subscribe. Okay, have a great day, guys.